Alright, so this video might be a little preemptive because I'm not ready to really do anything with this car, but I wanted to announce it. Oh look, there's my shadow. I probably should have walked the other way. But I wanted to announce it and just kind of get it out there. People still ask me about the Subaru Forester I did a few years ago, and that car is long gone. And I actually haven't had a project car in 2 years, I think. So this car right here, this is it. This is the project car. But there's one big difference with this one, that it actually runs. And it's loud too. Not too bad, but sometimes it does backfire, so it's a little embarrassing to drive sometimes, but it does drive. Now the previous owner wanted to do some rally stuff with it, so there's like weird Bondo jobs and patchwork, just like paint jobs and stuff all over the place, but honestly it's really clean and really slick, and it runs, so that's a plus. For a 2000 Subaru Impreza, I'd say that this thing is in pretty good shape. A lot of times when you find these, they're really rough because people of course want to rally them, and I mean, you can't blame them, right? This is an awesome looking car and it's fun to drive. It's all-wheel drive, you know, so why wouldn't you want to rally it? But this is in surprisingly good condition. It even has a little like roof rack carrier thing, and I should probably take it off, but it looks kind of cool, and it's Subaru branded anyway, so it like fits the car. It's just awesome. So the inside is a little bit silly. I don't know the story of it, but it's beige interior. I think that it actually might have been stock that way, but the guy definitely did some other stuff. Like we've got LED lights, which is okay. You can see the pattern on that door, and I think it's gray. I can't really tell in the screen here, but it's definitely gray. And then if you look at this, it's a totally different pattern and it's brown. And then I don't know if you've noticed the seat already, but check this out. It's an STI seat. This is not an STI, but on the flip side, the seat is really comfortable. It looks super ghetto, but that's okay, I guess. He put LED headlights in, so when you turn the headlights on, it says that the brights are on even though they're not. Whatever. We've got how many miles? Over 200,000 miles on this thing. It's got a cassette player. We've got napkins in case of spills, and the shift knob has changed. It's actually really, really comfortable and solid, but this is definitely not the original shift knob. Now the engine is in good shape, but it's something. So because he wanted to build it for rally, there are these anti-roll bars. I think these are anti-roll bars or anti-something, but there's one in the back too. I'll show you that in just a second. Anti-roll bar in the back, it works. But honestly, this car has like no body roll. Straight from the factory, it didn't really have a lot of body roll to begin with, but these roll bars, or anti-sway bars, are on the bottom, right? So these are anti-roll bars. They make a big difference. And of course, you can't miss the American gunfighter thing. I don't really know what that's about, but you can see it through the vent on the hood. As you can see, this isn't a turbo. I should have mentioned that. So the hood is definitely from another car because there's no reason for this hood to be on this car. This big port right here is where like the nostrils of the hood go. And there's normally an intercooler there if it was a turbo, but it's not a turbo. So it just looks cool. So let's just go ahead and rip that. Oh, that's unfortunate. Of course it's a paper sticker. Because why wouldn't it be? I guess a plastic sticker wouldn't really hold up in here, huh? So the other eyesore is this. I'm not sure, it's an intake. I haven't opened this guy, but I'm guessing that the filter's not in there. So this is the filter. Looks pretty dirty. This doesn't use a mass airflow setup, so this sensor does nothing. There's stuff that needs to be looked at or replaced, like that. Looks like it's in pretty bad shape. It's being held on by zip ties. That's always fun. But honestly, this is a pretty run-of-the-mill EJ22. So from what I understand about these motors, the EJ22s and the EJ2.0s are the engines that you want. The 2.5s are the bad ones. So the Foresters all had 2.5s, and the engine that I put in the Forester in the video was a 2.5D, and that's like the worst motor, I guess. This motor is so weird because it's single overhead cam, yet it's 16 valves, uses a it uses a MAP sensor instead of a mass airflow sensor. It's made out of pure aluminum. This is aluminum head and block. I believe that these are not hydraulic lifters. or something. I probably should have brushed up, but these motors are really interesting. My long-term plan for it is to put a turbo on it, because why not? And then eventually I want to get back into Mega Squirt, get rid of the fuel injection that's on it and put Mega Squirt on there. That probably won't happen for a long time. I don't suspect the turbo will happen for a while either. But as it stands, this thing has a surprising amount of get up and go for how old it is and how many miles it has on it. Oh, there's something else I forgot to show you. That's not the ground you see down there. See where the light is? Nope, that's a skid plate by Rally Tech. I mean, the dude was serious about rallying. I'm kind of mixed on this because it makes it kind of difficult to access things like changing your oil. But if you're going to be going off-road, it's kind of important because you might hit stuff. The exhaust, since this is a boxer motor and everything is sideways, the exhaust hangs down a little bit. And if you're not careful, you could run into stuff and bust it. That actually happened on the Forester I had. Anyway, it's about time for me to bail here. This parking lot got pretty crowded pretty fast. Doesn't look too bad, but I think people are stir crazy from being inside with COVID and everything. I'm really happy I'm doing this video, even though I don't really have any plans for it in the near future, like even within the next month or two. I'm really happy to be doing this because this is like affirmation to myself that I'm getting back into these projects. And like I said, it's been 2 years or something since I've done anything even remotely close to this. And I really want to get back into it. And this car looks awesome, feels awesome to drive. And I'm really looking forward to tinkering on it. So yeah, I don't know when the next video about this car will be. Hopefully it won't be next year. But anyway, stay tuned.